following program on Ada Derana 24 is classified for general audience. It is intended for all ages. It contains little or no violence, no strong language, and little or no sexual dialogue or situations.
Good evening, you are joining the Business Best, a platform for the best in the business and an opportunity for you to connect with innovation, excellence and creativity as we introduce entrepreneurs and veterans from various industries. Today, we have the Best Upcoming Wedding Planner 2023 at Pinnacle Awards with us today, and I'm privileged to have her. So, their passion is creating heartfelt moments. We have Heartfelt Events Sri Lanka and the director, Sanduni Lankadari Mendis with us. Sanduni, a warm welcome to you.
Thank you so much.
And thank you very much for being here with us despite all your business schedules.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you. So, Sanduni, let's start our chat with who is Sanduni? That's my first question to you.
Sanduni is like a combination of 2-3 professions, to be honest. Actually, I'm a wedding planner and a lecturer, and also I'm a children's book author.
So that's you, mix of things.
Yes.
And what's the story behind Heartfelt Events?
Okay, so the story starts from my childhood. Actually, I was so passionate about weddings since I was a kid. Like, I was so happy to see those happy brides and those decors and everything. Especially, I remember when there are wedding cars coming on the way, I'm just bending down to see whether brides are there. That type of an excitement I had for weddings. So after when I did my A-levels, I watched a movie named Aisha, and I got to know that there's a profession called a wedding planner. So from then onwards, I badly wanted to be a wedding planner.
This was when, Sanduni?
It was like 2013. Yes.
Okay.
So from that onwards, I badly wanted to be a wedding planner. But I had to first start my academics and finish it off. Then after I was a graduate from University of Moratuwa, and after I became a lecturer, then only I decided to go ahead with a few wedding planners to see whether there are opportunities for me. And I had the opportunity to be a day coordinator for like 5 main wedding planners in Sri Lanka. So after I completed around 200 weddings, as a day coordinator.
With these so-called wedding planners?
Yes.
Okay.
After that, I decided to start my own. And I have to specially mention Mr. Hashanta Ariyaratna, my earlier boss, who motivated me to start my own when I had no confidence, to be honest. He was the one who believed in me. And also I have to mention my husband, who is a wedding videographer. From him only I got this exposure. It was a very easy exposure I got from my husband.
Okay, so
for the
it's
wedding
a one-stop
industry.
shop at your place, right? You have the photographer and the planner also.
Yes.
Okay, right, okay.
Yeah, that was the start of Heartfelt Events.
So are you enjoying the journey?
Yes,
and,
definitely.
Being on your own?
Yes.
Having your own company?
Yes.
Right. So what services do you offer Heartfelt Events? Is it only about weddings? Or
yes, actually for the moment, Heartfelt Events is only about weddings, especially because of the business name, Heartfelt Events. It's a heartfelt moment, right? So, but we are thinking of expanding our services to birthday parties and also for corporate events. But it won't be with the name of Heartfelt Events. It will be something like separate from Heartfelt Events.
Okay. Right. So how important it is for a couple to have a wedding planner, Sanduni? Because now when I had my wedding, we didn't have a planner.
Yes.
We just did it ourselves.
Yeah.
So, but these days we see wedding planners coming in to do the part of the planning and to look over everything. And how important it is to have a wedding planner for the couple?
Actually, I know that even the couple can plan their own. But if you're hiring a professional, you can definitely get a lot of information and knowledge through the planner. And the major thing I see is It's about the on-the-day coordination. Apart from planning process, on-the-day coordination is the most stress-free part for a couple if you're hiring a professional.
Yes.
So the whole everything will be smooth, and you don't have to run here and there to get an idea about what's going on. You can just enjoy the moment and leaving the stress to the wedding planner.
So let's say, okay, assume that I'm going to have my wedding and I come to you with my partner.
Yeah.
How do you start? Where to start? Are you the first person that I have to meet?
Yes,
or
I'm the
do I
first
have to-
person.
Okay, right.
Yes.
So I come to you. How can you start?
Actually, we are having a brief idea about your concept, because as a planner, you have to know the concept of the client. It's not that you are going to plan the whole thing. You have to get the idea of the client, because the client must have a big dream in her or his head.
Yes.
So you have to get all these tiny details out of their mind. For that, we have made some documents, which is like a huge like combination of details. And after we get all those details, only we guide them how to execute everything. And we especially have to know before getting the details. Also, we have to get to know whether they are going ahead with the day coordination, whether they love to have a full planning. Like, you have to discuss all these things.
Okay.
And then only if they're happy to go ahead with us, we start the planning process. That's how it goes.
Okay, can you elaborate a little bit more on this full planning and day planning?
Okay, so
what comes under full planning and what comes under day planning? What's that package?
All right, so full planning is like we start from the concept and we get it up to the execution level. But in that, we have to like do a lot of things. For example, we have to start from like selecting the venue, selecting the vendors. We are guiding them. These are the vendors you can go ahead with. These are the budget levels which you can go ahead with. And you have to maintain budgets. You have to do the meetings with all the vendors, almost all the vendors. And we are handling the meetings for them. We are handling the budgets for them. And also we are doing the designing part as well. And apart from that, for the full planning, the day coordination package is also included in the full planning.
Okay.
So if I'm going to the day coordination package, it's like we are meeting the couple like 4 to 6 months before their wedding, and we get to know what they have planned so far.
Okay.
And after having this little discussion, we are guiding them to plan the rest of the things with them. And also, after having a brief idea about what they have planned so far, we are helping them to move ahead with the rest of the part. And also, we are arranging the agendas, we are arranging the flow plans, and after that, it's actually about the day of the wedding, which we make sure to flow it according to the agenda, and also it will be a very smooth process during the wedding day.
During the wedding
Yes.
day. And it's very interesting, it's the client's agenda, not your agenda.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the planners and the ones who coordinate, they want their agenda to
Yes,
take place,
yes.
not the couples.
Yes, that's
right. So why heartfelt events rather than going to another wedding planner? I see like thousands of wedding planners here in Sri
Yes.
Lanka. So why heartfelt events? What makes you so unique?
Thank you so much for asking that question, Ruksha. It's a very special question, and it's a really good question for us. Actually, heartfelt events, I have to mention there are so many special things about us. For the very first thing I have to say is we don't care about the quantity of the weddings we take. It's all about the quality of the weddings we take. So for this, to maintain this quality, I am taking only a very limited number of weddings per month. So this is about a wedding. It's not a small birthday party or something. So actually, if it is a wedding, it's like a once in a lifetime moment for you.
True.
It will be a heartfelt moment for you. So to maintain this quality and to let the client feel that they are a priority to us, to give them undivided attention, we are taking a very limited number of weddings. And also, when talking about the payment process, we are having a very transparent payment process where we don't take any commissions from any vendor. And instead, we give discounts to the clients. So whatever the amount you pay for us to get the service done, we are actually returning a certain amount back from the discounts which we gain gain from the vendors, and which we transfer it to the client.
Okay.
So and also
it's like a deposit before the wedding. Okay.
Yes, it's actually like a reimbursement from the payment you have given us. And also we share almost every detail which we know. All the information, the education we give to the client, I don't think any other planner would do. So we give so many details, and we always make sure that everything is being documented, so all are in the same knot. All of us are in the same page. So the last thing I have to mention is, for all this exceptional service we give the client, we have a very reasonable charge for that compared to the other wedding planners.
Affordable planners.
Yes.
Anything else that makes you special?
Yeah, that's it, I think.
Okay. So how good are you at giving attention to detail? Because being a wedding planner, it's not easy, right? Starting from the flower to the sari, to the suit of the groom, to the table decor, setting back, everything. It's a concept, true?
Yes, it's a huge lot of details.
Yeah. So how good are you at that?
Okay, so going straight to the point, actually the recent award we got, Pinnacle Awards, it was one of the reasons I got the award was due to the attention of details I have given. So I think I have proved that I have given that much of attention to details. And I make sure to keep note on everything which the client have in his mind, because it's a lot of details you have to manage during a wedding. And for the moment, I haven't missed any detail, to be honest, and I haven't got any complaint of missing any details. So what I think is, if it is since it's a wedding of two people, you have to always think about both their passions, and you have to build up the concept from the very beginning. So to build up that concept, you have to have all these details, tiny details, which we don't even think about, matters the most at the wedding day. So you have to keep a note on everything.
Very nice. Let's talk more about your event, Sanduni. So today we are in conversation with Heartfelt Events Sri Lanka, and we have the director, Sanduni Lanka. The event is with us today. I'll see you after the break. Welcome after the break, and you're joining the Business Best. And today we have Sanduni Lanka, the Mendis, the director of Heartfelt Events Sri Lanka, with us. Sanduni, how challenging it is your job? Now you're the coordinator, you're the leader of this wedding, you are monitoring the process, you are taking down notes, giving attention to detail, and handling a capital or the money of this couple, and dealing with the vendors. How challenging is your task?
Okay, so in terms of challenge, the biggest challenge is the budget these days.
Okay,
to be honest.
Yes.
So sometimes the client expects us to do the budgeting according to like 3 years back where we were. But it's actually difficult in that case. We have to manage the budget according to the current standard in Sri Lanka, current rates in Sri Lanka, which is like 2.5 more than the weddings which we did like 5-6 years back. So handling budget is a really a competitive thing to us. It's a great challenge to us for the moment. And also when you're dealing with 2-3 people, the wishes are completely different to each other. Sometimes the bride doesn't want what the groom wants, and the opposite as well.
So how do you balance both?
Yes, we have to balance both. And we have to, at the end of the day, we have to make both of them happy.
So you play the part of the counselor as well?
Yes, you definitely have to. And at the end of the day, if it is going well, that's actually a really happiness, and it's worth the challenge. The challenge is worth it. And also handling the last minute changes, that's also a big challenge. Sometimes even just the day before the wedding, we have to go ahead with major changes. Still, we are managing somehow to get it done. But after everything is happened, and when we can see the happiness and satisfaction in their faces, it's actually worth the challenge. It's happy to see them happy, and we are happy that we somehow managed the challenges. Yes.
Okay. So usually how long will it take to plan a wedding, Sanduni?
Actually, to plan a wedding, actually, Rukshi, it's just 1 month is
Enough.
Yes, it's also enough. But I recommend that if you can at least start planning your wedding, at least booking your vendors 1 year back, that will be great, because most of the major vendors, the most talented ones, yes, rates would be the same. Sometimes even the rates will be lower if you can book the vendors like 1 year prior. Because most of the talented vendors, they get booked like 1 year, 1.5 years earlier to the wedding. And you can go ahead, you can select among a range of vendors if you can book them earlier. If not, most of them are booked and we are left with a few at the very last moment. So
you have a set of vendors listed with you,
actually,
or you work with any vendor?
I can work with any. We work with any, but we recommend that with these people, nothing will go wrong. We can recommend. And but still, we are happy to work with any vendor. I'm not that pushing with that you have to go ahead with this vendor. I'm not pushing any.
Because some wedding planners, they would say, right?
I would never do that.
If you want to buy a sari, you have to go to this shop. If you have to get the makeup done, it's this makeup artist.
Yes. I will recommend. I will recommend that if you can go ahead with these people, that will be better. But I'm happy to accommodate any vendor. That's fine with me. But in terms of planning, I would rather say that the most talented ones are getting booked earlier. So if you can book at least 1 year back, it will be fine. It will be good, better. But even 2 months, 1 month is even enough for the planning process. But to enjoy the planning process and to have a very smooth timeline, it's good if you can, I recommend that if you can plan your wedding at least 6 months back, 6 months is perfect.
At least, okay. So as you mentioned about the cost, Sanduni, and it's a concern for the couple, as I'm pretty sure that it would definitely be a concern for them as well. What do you consider when designing these packages, the cost package, the payment they have to make? What are the points you consider? When
talking about my packages, Rukshi, I have main 4 packages. First one is full wedding planning indoor weddings, day coordination indoor weddings, full wedding planning outdoor weddings, and day coordination outdoor weddings. So the major concern is whether it's a full planning or a day coordination. So as I said previously also, we start from this concept to the execution in terms of full planning. And in terms of day coordinations, we get, as I said, it's like a meeting a few weeks prior to the wedding, and we are just handling the day coordination to make sure the day goes smoothly. And for that, the higher charge will be charged for the full planning. And also, when talking about the indoor and outdoor concepts, actually it's an outdoor wedding which is having more details rather than an indoor wedding. That's because if I'm giving you some examples, for an outdoor wedding you have to have the marquees done, the floorboardings, the lightings, and especially handling the weather conditions. It's a huge challenge. So for that we have a little higher charge for the outdoor weddings. Yes, that's the cost concept actually.
Right. So now I know that you have your husband with you as the photographer on your team. Who else is there? What's your team like? Let's talk about your team. I'm pretty sure that you're not alone there.
I have like 5 members in our team. It's a small team. In his team, there's like 10 people. Like altogether 15 people are there. And we are like a family, to be honest. We make sure that the team is also a heartfelt one. Yeah, that's it.
Right. So when I was going through your website, I saw some partners. Let's talk about your partners.
Actually, we don't have any partners.
You don't have any partners. All right. Okay. So it's the vendors you have. You don't have any fixed partners.
No, we don't.
No partners. It's right. Okay. So let's talk about your recent achievement. I think this is the highlight for the day.
Yeah.
You are the best upcoming wedding planner of 2023 at Pinnacle Awards.
Yeah.
You were also surprised to get this award.
Yes, I was surprised.
Tell us that story.
Okay, actually, the reason I got this award was it was a sudden surprise. Once I was in one of my the last wedding which I did for the last year. I was in that, and I got to know that one of the guests were. She knew about this Pinnacle Awards, and she asked me that this wedding was exceptional. I have never been to a wedding like this. You have to definitely apply to this award and see. And that only made me to apply to this award. So I have to mention this special guest, which I never knew, because she was not known to me actually. She was Miss Pushpa Karyavasam, who I
met at the wedding.
Yes, met at the wedding, and I got to know her for the first time. And also I have to mention Mr. Rohan Vijayavardhana, who was helping me to apply to this and all, who gave me a huge support in terms of applying to this award. And I have to also mention that this award was the main attention to details and creativity and giving transformative experiences to guests was the major reasons they highlighted that Heartfelt Events should be awarded with this award. Okay. So that was the main reasons they explained me that they are going to give me this award because of these reasons. And they had a follow-up with all these back clients and all.
You had to provide all the photos and details, videos and everything, how you did everything.
So I had to provide with a huge portfolio of me, and then only finally they decided to give me this award.
How did you feel?
I was so happy to, and I was so excited as well. I never expected this to happen this sooner because I'm just a startup company, and
So you started your company last year, but you have experience for more than
6 years.
More than 6 years.
From 2017. Yes.
Okay, with 5 wedding planners.
Yes.
Okay, so being new to the industry and as a company and receiving this award is truly a big thing.
Yes, definitely.
For Heartfelt Events.
Yes,
so Sanduni, any plans to move into other events as well, like birthday celebrations, corporate events? Any plans to do that?
As I previously mentioned, we have a plan to move to birthdays and corporate events, but it won't be under Heartfelt Events because the Heartfelt name itself is definitely for the weddings, I guess.
I think this name is very special to you, right? Heartfelt Events. Who gave this name and what's the story behind Heartfelt?
It was me actually. I was the one who made this name Heartfelt because I know even though it's a business to most of the planners, for me it's not. Because my main income is not this thing. I badly wanted to give something special to the clients, to be honest. So I always, sometimes people ask whether is it enough that you earn that this much of a service you are giving, and is the rates are reasonable for you? I'm saying I'm okay because at the end of the day, the happiness you get, the heartfelt feeling you get inside, that's something very special you will never get from money. So that's why I badly want to keep this Heartfelt Events mainly for the weddings only. So if the birthdays and corporate events will come under something else, some different name, yes.
Okay.
In the future.
So Sanduni, how can they connect with you?
Okay, so I'm available to calls and WhatsApp from 074 3739 132. And I'm always available on Instagram and Facebook as well under Heartfelt Events. And also we have one YouTube account and a TikTok as well.
Right. So Sanduni, thank you very much for being with us today, and I wish you all the very best with your future endeavors.
Thank you so much.
And congratulations once again for the award you just won. So today we were in conversation with Heartfelt Events Sri Lanka, and we had the director Sanduni Lankadari Mendis with us today. And if you couldn't watch this program, you can re-watch us on YouTube, youtube.com, Derana English. I'll see you next week. Have a pleasant evening.